Hey everyone, it's Rihanna and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about Marvel's latest addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that is Doctor Strange. Now Doctor Strange is obviously based off a set of comic books which I haven't read, so I can't compare the film to the source material, so this is purely going to be based off of my thoughts on the film, and this will be a spoiler-free review. Also, there are two after credit scenes, one mid-credit and one after the credits, so make sure you stay till the very end of this film. I judge people that leave Marvel films too soon. I do. So Doctor Strange follows the character of Stephen Strange, who is a neurosurgeon, and when he is in a horrific car accident he loses the ability to use his hands as he normally would. His life starts to fall apart and all he wants is his old life back. He's an arrogant, self-centered kind of character, similar to Tony Stark, so I feel like in the Avengers these two are gonna have a lot of fun together. It's going to be like a house on fire. It's going to be great. When Doctor Strange learns of a cure for his nerves in his hands, he goes to train with the Ancient One, the most powerful sorceress on the planet, who protects this Earth against the dark forces of magic. While learning the magical and mystical arts, Doctor Strange is caught in a plan of world destruction, the dark side of the universe blending in with the light, when a former student of the Ancient One called Caecilius plans to dominate the world with the dark arts. Now Benedict Cumberbatch plays the title role of Stephen Strange, and it's really funny seeing him in this very different role from what I've seen him in before. He's obviously in The Imitation Game, and I most notably know him as Sherlock Holmes in the popular TV show Sherlock. He's a very serious actor, but obviously this is a Marvel film. It is a lot of fun to watch and there is a lot of Marvel humour in this film. It was very strange seeing him in a more comedic role, but I think he worked well in the role of Stephen Strange. As I said, he's very arrogant, very self-centered, and throughout the film you do kind of see him changing, but there could have been a little bit more character development for Stephen Strange. This is only his beginning, so I am looking forward to seeing what Benedict Cumberbatch does with the character, because this is such an awesome character and this film takes a lot of risks, especially for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange was really cool in the action sequences. He has this kind of suave to him that I think the character of Stephen Strange should have, as this arrogant kind of know-it-all character, and there was a lot more emotion in his character than I was expecting to see in this film once I knew who Stephen Strange was as a person. The supporting characters in this film were really cool and interesting as well. We have Tilda Swinton playing the Ancient One, who I thought she just stole the show of this film. She was such a badass fighter, she was a really interesting character, and I just thought she stole all of the scenes that she was in. She was really, really great in this film, especially the action sequences. Like, she was fantastic. Then we have Chiwetel Ejiofor playing Mordo, who is kind of another student of the Ancient One, who is Doctor Strange's companion in this film. We have Rachel McAdams playing Christine Palmer, who is an ex-lover of Doctor Strange, and we have Mads Mikkelsen playing the villain of this film, who is called Caecilius. Now Marvel have a track record of having either really great villains or really poor, weak, underdeveloped villains, and I think Mads Mikkelsen's Caecilius falls somewhere in between. Caecilius as a villain, you do feel the threat right off the bat. You just kind of introduced to his character and you're like, oh no, he is a bad egg, but throughout the film he gets progressively less threatening. He is the perfect actor to play a villain. He just has that suave in him to play Caecilius, and to me I think there was a little bit more potential in there, but for what he had, he brought the game in this one. And we have Benedict Wong playing kind of a librarian called Wong, who was just really, really funny in this film. He is like the equivalent of Michael Pena in Ant-Man to what he is in Doctor Strange. Yes. Now when you compare DC and Marvel, which I don't like to, you would say that Marvel are the more fun and the more comedic and light-hearted studio, and they have really, really funny films, and in this film there is a lot of comedy. For me, the tonal shifts in this film from comedy to being really dark or really serious didn't work at all. It suffers from having the Marvel humour. That is now a title, the Marvel humour. It's okay to have a few jokes here and there, but when you're in a really dark and really kind of intense scene, you don't want a joke just to break that. So the film is a lot of fun to watch. There is a lot of comedy. The comedy works in certain places it doesn't. Scott Derrickson, who is the director of this film, has previously directed horror films, and you can definitely see he has put his horror flair into this film. The visuals, the soundtrack and the score, very, very creepy, very horror style, and I really like that. I like that he went for a darker tone. As I said, the comedy brought it down, but Scott Derrickson made some ballsy choices and I respect the hell out of that. I think Doctor Strange had more potential to be Marvel's darkest film if it didn't break so much with its tension and with its comedy. I think the most impressive thing about Doctor Strange has to be its visual effects and action sequences. This is like if Inception was a superhero film. It looks glorious with its mystical and magical arts, its magic and its power, and just the way that it bends the world looks so fantastic. I would say that this is Oscar worthy. I don't know how these guys pulled it off. It looks top notch. CGI visual effects are incredible in this film. If you need one reason to go see this film, it's because they are so impressive. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of 3D films, so I chose to watch this film in 2D. It is still incredibly impressive, but I actually think this would be a good film to watch in 3D, and I don't say that about many films. And the action sequences are really well choreographed. I've been waiting for this from Marvel for the longest time. I am tired of explosions. I am tired of gunfire. I want hand-to-hand combat, I want sorcery, I want magic, and that is exactly what I got in Doctor Strange. It looks so good. It's hard-hitting, and it's 10 times more effective than any explosion that the Avengers could probably make. The hand-to-hand combat fighting scenes really worked for me, the magical elements worked for me. I love how they were just swishing around. I feel like when Doctor Strange goes into the Avengers, him and Scarlet Witch are gonna have so many friendship goals. There are a lot of things in Doctor Strange that do have the Marvel formula. You have a new character who learns they have abilities, then you have a villain that you need to stop from doing world destruction. We've seen this thing many times before, but something that Doctor Strange does very differently is obviously the magical and mystical elements of the film, and also it does a lot of different things with its characters, a lot more complex, kind of more interesting things with the characters in this film as we're introduced into bigger and better things of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This film opens a lot of doors for future films in the MCU, and I'm so excited to see where this all goes. These origin stories have a lot to pack into one film, and I feel like this film could have benefited from a longer runtime just to have a little bit more character development. There's so much more to explore in Doctor Strange, but this was a really great start. But overall, Doctor Strange is a lot of fun to watch. The visuals are impressive, the action's impressive. It could have just used a bit more of its budget on a longer runtime and some more character development. Doctor Strange has so much more to explore, and I would have liked to have seen that in this film, and I would have liked a stronger villain. When you have Mads Mikkelsen as the villain, how can you not make it great? The film is funny, some of the comedy works, some of it breaks all the tension. It had so much potential to be the darkest film we have seen in Marvel, but that was brought down from its comedy. I just want more darkness, Marvel. Give it to me. I had so much fun watching this film. I felt like I was on LSD and really wasn't sorry about it. It's a fun watch, it's a fun popcorn flick, but it's not better than Civil War, and I would say it's midway through the list of Marvel origin stories when it comes to their superheroes. If anything, watch Doctor Strange for its visual effects and fighting sequences, but I will be giving Doctor Strange a win. So if you guys have seen Doctor Strange, let me know what you thought of it down below in the comments. Please be spoiler free or give spoiler warnings, that would be really great. And what is your favourite Marvel origin story? Let me know down below. And if you guys like this review, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing lots more TV reviews and movie reviews for you guys very soon. All my social media links, including my Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and Letterboxd, will be down below in the description. Come follow me. And thank you guys so much for watching. That is all I have for you today. Bye!